Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us on the morning sprint. We're at the second day of our work week, which means we're having a good day. I'm Daphne Gray. I hope you guys are having a blessed one so far when you're getting your coffee, getting ready to take care of the kids, whatever you're doing. Thanks for tuning in to us because you already know we're bringing you the stories that at least make you smile a little bit or at least think a little bit. Check out this one right here. This one is actually kind of one of my biggest nightmares, okay? So we're talking about this American who got stuck 3,000 feet in a cave for several days after having a serious medical illness. Fortunately, he was rescued, but talk about terrifying, okay? So we hear from him. We see the rescuers that went in and actually had to save him, but I want to know what you guys think about this. We're going to the comment section because we're going to talk about the efforts that it took to get him back to safety. Either way, a part of the world that I am not that big on visiting. I know some people are into that type of stuff, but oh my gosh, it's just so terrifying. Either way, thank God he's alive. We're going to get into the details of that story, but in the meantime, I want to know your thoughts. Please drop it in the comment section because we're going to get to them. Jazzy Jazz will read them off later on in the sprint. First and foremost, we've got to get to some stuff that is happening here locally in Virginia and period, just how awesome this new law is. So there's a law in Virginia that's going to make some hospitals safer. Law requires all hospitals with an emergency department to have an off-duty law enforcement or security present at all times. Now, it requires each emergency department to have its own independent security assessment. We already know there's been a rise in some workplace violence has happened, but many hospitals and law enforcement agencies have already been doing this.
This is not something that we really are going to have to adjust to. We've been kind of operating in this fashion for many years. We have 24/7 police coverage here at the medical center.
The hospital security officials say that the biggest struggle in hospitals face is making sure they have enough staff to ensure it's safe 24/7. I mean, that's understandable, but at the same time, it's cool that they're actually putting this first because, again, how many times have we seen some of the craziest news stories go out where someone, a disgruntled employee or somebody, got upset, came in and tried to retaliate and did so in a very coward-like fashion. But it's cool having law enforcement on standby 24/7. I think that should be the case, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a political person, and I'm not saying this to open up a can of worms for people to go off on me, but I think this is genuinely something that, unfortunately, we're living in a world where this needs to be done at schools, it needs to be done at churches. I'm all about it. More security, more police, the better, because these jokers, they put their lives on the line for a reason, to make sure that we are able to enjoy the freedoms that we have in a safe manner. It's crappy that we having to do it like this because, again, people are mental health and everything is just getting so bizarre nowadays, but I am all about 24/7 security in a way that can protect people. So let's move on to our next story. UVA professor helping design a new type of foam that could potentially become the new standard in football helmets. Get this, called the liquid nano foam. The professor says that it can save lives. He says that an 8-inch thick piece liquid nano foam outperformed a thicker piece of foam used in most current football helmets. So basically, when you have an accident, the material will deform and dissipate to protect you, and then afterwards it will go back to its normal shape. He says that the material being liquid, it won't lose its form and would not have to be replaced as often. So, hey, man, shout out to him if this is a new invention and something that could work, anything that can protect our athletes in a better way. Let's do it, and it's cool to see that it outperforms something that they already are testing. So that goes to show that our community could come up with some creative stuff and some life-changing stuff as well. We already know, football can be pretty intense with it being football season. We're always concerned about making sure that our players are safe and have the best protection ever. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in the future with that. Hopefully it works out for him for the better in the bigger picture. Now, speaking of football, we got to get to the Kelsey Brothers, okay? So I am a big fan of them, yeah, I'm one of those people who became a fan after the Super Bowl because that's when I became familiar with who they were. But we got one Kelsey who is obviously on the Chiefs team. He has a ring, but another Kelsey, the bigger Kelsey, has a documentary coming out. People want to look at that. So the Kelsey brothers are NFL favorite siblings. Travis at the Chiefs and the big brother Jason at the Eagles. Film follows Jason his wife Kylie, and their daughters as he contemplates retirement after injury, balances his football career and fatherhood, and captivates not just his beloved city of Philadelphia, but the nation as a whole.
We tried to be as organic as possible, as authentic as possible, really let people into our lives and our heads and kind of everything that happens through the course of an NFL season.
When you started filming, you didn't know how this would end.
No, I still don't know how it's going to end.
Now, the Kelsey Brothers did this huge first look on the Today Show. Of course, you can go on a website and check that out and see exactly how that went down. But it's always a cool thing to see. And like I said, I think that these brothers have been blessed with the best ability to grow beards. You know me, I'm a beard chick. Yes, that's one thing that I notice about the Kelsey Brothers is the beards. And I think it's just great. Either way, I think it'll be a very fun story, interesting story to check out and look into. And the documentary itself is going to be cool, showcasing how, these brothers, not only did they make it to the Super Bowl, but they brought their mom there. I remember the mom was wearing half a jersey that was Eagles and half that was Chiefs. It was just the cutest thing ever, but it's such a cool story and just a dynamic to show you that these players are real people, real human beings with real families, real lives, and they're just trying to figure it out just like everybody else. So that was an awesome, awesome documentary. I'm pretty sure it's coming up, so if you guys are interested in checking it out, let us know. Drop it in the comment section and tell me what your expectations may be for it. Let's get to the weather, man. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday, I'm trying to remember. How was the weather yesterday? Was it okay? I don't even remember. My brain is like blanking right now. I did walk around. Yeah, I did walk around. It was pretty decent in my opinion. Today's weather, also, I think we're looking at a pretty decent chance. It's a beautiful day. I think there is a shower or so that's sprinkling in here. But let's get to meteorologist, the professional, who will give you exactly what the weather is looking like.
Happy Tuesday, guys. Today we see scattered storms developing after about 2 or 3 p.m. and some of those last into the evening, thanks to this front passing through. Now, it's also going to do a few other things for us. It'll take Hurricane Lee and it'll move it farther away from southwest Virginia, more direct impacts for parts of New England and Nova Scotia. The other thing this front is going to do, it's going to drop temperatures and humidity levels later this week, so we get a little bit of a fall preview. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning on The Sprint.
Thank you so much, Chris. Moving on, everybody know what Ninja Warrior is. I remember when I used to watch Ninja Warrior, it wasn't in America. It wasn't called American Ninja Warrior. It was just Ninja Warrior, and you watch it, and it was just so intense with the different obstacle courses that they had to go through. Well, get this, we have a $1 million winner, and they're from Florida. It's a cool, different thing right now to see, but just to hear what this person had to go through and how big his testimony is. And it's the third time in just 15-year history that someone became a $1 million winner. This is 18-year-old Vance Walker of Tampa, Florida, conquered the fourth and final stage of the finals course, which was an 80-foot rope climb that had to be done in less than 30 seconds. What in the world? How does that even happen? Now, here's the best part about it, okay? So this is his third time in the finals, but his win comes years after he was told as a child that he might not walk because of cerebral palsy. What in the world? That's just beyond a blessing right there. And just to see the pain and the struggle it is to get up that rope, one, but two, to do it and actually win it after being told, what the doctor said, and it's just, like I said, it's just a beautiful testimony. Look at that arm. Strong man. Like, it has to be strong to work that hard. 80-foot rope in 30 seconds. We were talking about it earlier. I don't even understand how he's holding that trophy. But, yeah, no, shout out to him, man. That is an awesome accomplishment. More power to him. And, again, it's something that he can definitely inspire other young people out there that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. I was told X, Y, and Z, and I actually defeated those odds. And then if I can do that, you can definitely do it yourself. So, yeah, it was an awesome deal to see. I absolutely love stories like that because, again, it just makes you smile, one, and two, it just makes you get motivated. It's like, let's push through whatever obstacles we're dealing with and let's get it done. So he did that. Shout out to Vance and congratulations. And again, he earned every cent of that $1 million. All right, moving to the teaser we were talking about earlier today. Now, like I said, I don't understand. Like, okay, I'm going to say it like this. I have always been a person that I just love the earth. I like walking on mostly flat surfaces. I like staying above ground. I'm not a, I understand that exploration is needed to a certain extent, but outer space, underwater, and in caves, not my cup of tea. But this particular person, obviously very passionate about it, but he got himself in a situation that literally could have been life threatening, okay? It actually was. So it's being called one of the largest cave rescues in the world. American cave explorer Mark Dickey was rescued from a Turkish cave on a stretcher after getting sick on an expedition more than 9 days ago. And the 40-year-old reportedly suffered from gastrointestinal bleeding some 3,400 feet underground while mapping out a cave in the Taurus Mountains. Rescuers say Dickey appeared to be in serious life-threatening condition when they first reached him. He was moved a few hundred feet up to a Turkish caving camp where he received treatment for a week while waiting to be taken to the surface through tight rock tunnels. Just the thought of that makes me claustrophobic. But moving on, it says more than 150 rescuers from Turkey and other countries worked for days to get him out on the surface. And once on the surface again, it was clear that Dickey kept his sense of humor. And it was so funny because basically he was saying how he was just like, I am very thankful to be above the surface. I'm happy about that. And it might be the last time going on an exploration like that. Like I said, for me personally speaking, it's not my cup of tea or something that I would ever do. But there are some people out there who love those risks like that. And if you do, more power to you. I personally would stay above ground. But again, specifically, he was like, I got to tell you, I don't know what to say. This is overwhelming. This is a first for me. And then everybody was joking, saying that let's make it a last. So Dickey is also known for his work training others on how to rescue people trapped in caves. With that being said, man, we got to get to these comment sections because you already know how I feel about this story. I want to know what you're thinking. Okay, so again, this is Mark Dickey, professional cave hunter, mapper person. But get this is one of the comments, and this is kind of like a lot of the comments that you'll see on this story. A lot of people very excited and happy. Gabriel says, the good to know is that he's okay. Now stay away from caves, buddy. That was his advice to Dickey. Even though, again, Dickey is professional. This is something that he loves to do. 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to do it again. But thank you, Gabriel, for those 2 cents that you like to provide. Then this person comes in, and it's actually kind of funny comment to me because this was one of the first things I was thinking about. Lewis says that obviously this guy hasn't watched the movie The Descent, LOL. If you guys don't know what The Descent is, look it up. It's actually one of my favorite horror movies, even though it kind of puts it in perspective, like, oh my God, this could or couldn't really happen, but what if it did happen? And they did it in a realistically way that you were just freaking out because you're just like, what if I was in this cave with all these little bat-like people that ate people or were cannibals? It's a weird movie, good movie, so check it out. And yeah, they say obviously he hasn't seen the movie Descent because if he has, he probably has, but if he hasn't took it to heart, he probably would not be in the cave. And this guy, he defended him wholeheartedly. He was kind of upset about it. So Lauren Teresa, she responded to Callahan Jack, who basically commented saying, who's paying for this? And Callahan Jack comes in and says, first of all, he's a pro caver who has also participated in rescue missions himself, as in he has saved lives. I think he's paid his tab. He was mapping this cave. He wasn't some dumb American tourist. He's a medical expert among the caving teams he's gone on missions with. So yeah, this person was defending him wholeheartedly. It was just like, leave Dickey alone. Keep your 2 cents out of it. We don't need time for people to be all smart, alecky about it. But yeah, those are those people's thoughts about it. And then obviously we got to go to my professional Facebook page. Kareem came in and he said that, 3,000 feet, not even 3 feet. And just because I do not create messes, other people have to clean up after me. So Kareem is just not a fan either. Let's bring in Jazzy Jazz real quick. Jazz, are you with me?
Yeah, good morning.
How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great. Give me 1 second.
All right.
I'm doing good.
Oh, girl, I got you. So tell me, this cave story. What are your thoughts about it?
Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine. I was just trying to imagine being in that situation. I couldn't imagine it being 3,000 feet deep inside of a cave. I feel like I would have lost my mind. 'Cause
Oh.
he wasn't there for just one day. He was there for, I believe, 9 days.
Yes.
So I just, the fear that would course through me, and just being there without food, not knowing if someone's going to save me,
Gosh.
and not knowing if I'm ever going to make it out. Like, I just couldn't imagine being in that situation. But I'm so glad that he was able to get rescued. I'm glad that he was able to keep his sense of humor and still joke around despite being in such a terrifying situation. Because I don't know if I can do the same.
Yeah,
I would be so scared and just really anxious. But it was good that he was able to just keep his positive demeanor up despite what he just went through.
And you know there are people out there who just enjoy risks like this. You know, they like doing it, and obviously you can tell he's passionate about it because he was there mapping the cave. But still, like I said, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure I would be shocked if he did not, or he let this stop him from doing what he loves. So I'm like, more power to him. It's people like that that will discover the world, because if it wasn't for people like that, and I was the person responsible for trying to look into places and map them out, we wouldn't have anything done, because I would not participate in it. Well, tell us, do we have any viewers or comments today?
Let me reload the page and see. Give me one
Yes.
second. Okay, Lindsay, our very own reporter, Lindsay Kennett, said, "Awesome story."
It is a miraculous story.
Yeah, absolutely. And no comments on Facebook, but like we said previously in our previous videos, you guys can always go to YouTube, Facebook, our website, and leave a comment even after the video is over with. We would love for you to hear from you guys live so that we can respond to your all's comments, questions, concerns, what have you, as we're doing the live stream. But it's okay for you guys to leave a comment afterwards. We will always go back and look at those comments. So we appreciate you watching, and we just hope to hear from you guys and just interact with you guys a little bit more. So don't be afraid to talk to us and just leave a comment. We just want to hear what you have to say, hear your thoughts, and just engage with you, because we've got some really crazy stories. So we want to hear what you think.
Definitely, Jazz. Well, thank you so much, girlie.
Yeah, of course.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, guys, let's get to the headlines of today. We got to talk about, of course, some stuff that are coming up in our later newscasts, including 10 News at Noon. Says that coming up, we have tens of thousands of people upset after Blue Ridge Rock Festival was canceled due to what organizers say was severe weather. However, viewers have called 10 News saying that the real problems were safety concerns, sanitary issues, and not enough water and more. So all that drama still blowing up. Plus, yesterday was some drama at EC Glass High School. Fortunately, the classes resumed normally today, but there was an early dismissal, an hours-long search for the school yesterday because there was a reported threat caused by a 15-year-old boy who, of course, is being held accountable. He's facing some charges right now. Lynchburg police say that they found the note, but the threat was not credible, fortunately. So, yeah, they're working through that case. And last but not least, we got the state testing scores now out. It's called the Standards of Learning, or SOL results, broken down into 5 subjects. Those are reading, writing, math, history, and science. Our very own Alyssa Ray is going to be breaking down those numbers and trying to get everything situated for you guys to see exactly what we're looking like in our later newscasts, including 10 News at 5 p.m. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us on this morning edition, this Tuesday edition of the Morning Sprint. Appreciate everything you had to say, all the comments and the engagement that we do have. And again, if you see this video later and got something to say, send it to us. Drop it in the comment section. We would love to or address it. Whatever you like to leave, just let us know. Either way, we'll see you guys again back here tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., WSLS.com for the Morning Sprint.